These are a kind of concentration camp. They fit every parameter of what a concentration camp is. And even some of the labeling in Chinese says it's a concentrated vocational training center. So they actually even use the word in the title.
This is the largest incarceration of one nation since World War II. Yet I don't think any countries doing enough. They're condemning, yes, there are condemnations, but condemnations are not enough.
My name is Darren Byler. I'm an anthropologist at the University of Colorado at Boulder. I research security technologies and how they affect Uyghurs and Kazakhs and other Muslim folks in China.
My name is Rahima Mahmood. I'm a singer, interpreter, translator. I'm the UK representative for the World Uyghur Congress.
The Uyghurs are a group of around 12 million Turkic Muslim people that live in northwest China. They converted to Islam around the 9th century, and they've been Muslim ever since. The Chinese state has begun to talk about Uyghurs as a separatist and terrorist group, or as a group that's extremist and tending towards terrorism. And so they've begun to really curtail all of these sort of indigenous or local forms of Islamic practice that Uyghurs had engaged with for centuries in the past. So that means that there's now many restrictions on going to shrines, on even attending a mosque. Very basic forms of Islamic piety are now outlawed as signs of extremism.
The Chinese Communist government occupied East Turkestan in 1949. They call it Xinjiang. Xinjiang means new territory.
But in the 1990s and 2000s, there's been large numbers of people that have moved into the region, been sent there by the state to extract natural resources. And this has made Uyghurs feel very threatened, that they're losing their way of life, losing their land. And in response, there's been protests, and some of these protests have become violent. Mostly they're protests pointed at the government, but some of them have attacked civilians as well. And so that has led the state to talk about Uyghurs as terrorists, and using the sort of Islamophobic framing of thinking about Islam as a kind of ideology of hate. That's how it's often talked about now in China, and that then they need to eradicate Islam from Uyghurs' life. So that's what's motivating this is a sense of fear and a desire for the resources that the Uyghurs claim as theirs.
We now know that up to 3 million, even more, maybe more, people are living locked up in concentration camps. The previous escapees said, first of all, it's very crowded. 15 people has to stand up in order for the rest can just lie down. Witnesses that I have spoke to said that they were chained all the time that they were since they were inside, and the guards can come anytime and ask anyone out for questioning, and some return badly beaten, badly tortured, and some women never came back. So the scale of abuse, it is unimaginable.
They are different than other concentration camps. So typically what I use to talk about them is re-education camps, because that's how Uyghurs, that's how people in the region talk about them informally, is as re-education camp. Part of what these camps are trying to teach these people is that they should be very fearful of the government, fearful of violating rules, and that they should have nothing to do at all with Islam. And so if that's the goal of these camps, then that is being accomplished. So in that sense, they're successful.
The blast has occurred at a railway station in Urumqi, the capital of Northwest China's Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region.
2014, after Xi Jinping came to power, he visited the region. And soon after he left, there was an explosion in Urumqi train station. Then Xi ordered to, in his words, show no mercy. Step by step, the rights, the Uyghur people's rights were taken away. No one can relax, think that, well, because I done nothing wrong, then I will be fine. No one can say that. Everyone is worried.
反正街头上很多镜头，然后感觉就是非常的紧张。然后我到了以后，感觉基本上到处都是警察。
The world has promised never again, but what had happened 75 years ago is happening at the moment to my people. And I feel that in that sense, every person or government in the free world are responsible and guilty for what is happening because lack of action.